Hi, my name is Patrick Bainey and I'm one of the volunteers at Yinzer Swinging Discs. All summer long, we've been working with Mr. Gavin Dively at Windshred Disc Golf to improve the course. So far, we've replaced 11 rubber tee pads with 11 concrete tee pads. Our goal is to finish this by the end of the summer. I'd like to spend a little bit of time and spend some special thanks to Mr. Joe Olsch, Sophia Sanchez, Tristan Sosi, Davis Michael, Niche Bags with Mr. Tavin Heinisch and Derek Boring, Tim and Jessica at the DCNR, and all of the Prince Gallitzin staff, and Granis Brothers, particularly Mark. So let's get right into the updates. Exactly the same as it was, except now there is a 5.5 by 11 tee pad. The short tee pads have been moved up and to the left, so you'll see right along there, you'll see an arrow that takes you right to the red tee pads for number 3. For number 4, this hole has changed a little bit. There is now a tee pad that's been moved back. So you can see it's been moved back 45 feet. The line is still there. The red tees are exactly where they used to be. So those have not changed, but there is a 5 by 11 tee pad here. You still need to make that shot with that Anheuser or the backhand, and the pin has not moved. It's still underneath that pine tree. When you get off of hole number 4, we now cut a path to go directly over to the new tee pad on 5 mains. As you can see, this one is a little bit longer. I believe this is 12 foot long, and the pin is exactly where it was, right between those 2 trees on the far side of the field. There are 2 lanes. There is a hyzer lane off to the right, and then the straight shot to the left side. The only caveat to this hole is that if you do not make the road, that is considered OB. So from the road back to the tee is OB, and the drop zone for this is the old the old tee box, which is over across the road. So so this will be a little bit more difficult. This is a par 4. Now, here is the tee box to 5 shorts. It's exactly where the old ones used to be. We just replaced the rubber mats with the concrete tee pad, still directly across the field. Part of the reason we did that was so we would not be in the way or interfere with potential campers that use this area 3 for camping, for tent camping, group camping, whatever that is. So so we're moving along. Obviously 6 has been updated already, and I will now take you to number 7. So here's the tee box to number 7. It replaced the old tee box. So the rubber mats have been moved up to the shorts, which are up and to the right. This one is a little bit longer. I believe this one is 14 feet long. We did clear out some of the fairway along the right and the left. We cut up quite a few trees. There's still quite a few dead trees that are standing that we just need to wait for Mother Nature to bring down, since we're obviously not allowed to bring down a standing tree on state park land. So that's number 7. Number 8, however, has been moved back. So here's the new tee box for number 8. This is also a little bit of a longer one. The original tee is where it used to be. This has been moved back 50 feet and 6 inches. So it's still a straight shot right up to the right through the gap. If you clear the trees both on the left and the right, it does open up. There is a hyzer line that could be that's potential along the right hand side. We did go through the brush hog and clear off some of those trees, so that hyzer line is there. However, the majority of people still are going straight up the gut. If you end up to the left through the trees, that area has also been cleared out, So that's a little bit, so it's definitely still a par 4, but I don't think we're going to see nearly as many eagles just adding this extra 50 feet. That's still a heck of, that's a really nice long shot. So when we come off of number 8, we did add some additional trees to the pile of lumber that was there, but we also added an additional path. So instead of going straight out like we've done historically out into the open field, we now cut a path off into the left that takes us directly back there. And again, this was part of the reason, we wanted to get out of the camper's way. And a lot of times, there would be tents that would be camped right along that. So this path allows us to go to both the red tee and the white tee. Unfortunately, I do not have the arrows put up yet, but coming up in just a couple seconds, you're going to notice that there's a Y in the road. If you go off and to the left, that takes you to the red tees. And if you continue off to the right, that will take you right to number 9 tee box. So number 9 tee box has also been replaced. Nothing has changed with this hole except we added a concrete tee box. This one is a little bit of a larger one. So this is, the exact same hole. The red tees are clearly marked up and to the left. It just kind of takes that elbow out of the way or that bend out of the way. Which now takes us to the additional holes that we are still working on, or that we were working on, which is number 10. Number 10, I don't know if you've noticed, but the park has been absolutely fantastic about mowing. So there's a really wide landing area. The only thing that we did was we now said that anything that's in the high grass on the left and on the right beyond the road is considered OB. At this time, we do not have the high grass marked OB on the shallow side or on the tee box side, but we do have OB on the left and the right in the tall grass. So if your drive lands there, obviously you'll take it out where it was last in play. So both the red and the white are now both par 5s. All right. Now the only difference is that there are now 2 pins. There's a short pin for the red, and then there's a long pin for the whites that I'm about to show you. So here's the existing pin for number 10 that's been here for the past 17 years. This is for the reds. Absolutely nothing has changed. Except, obviously we did kind of clear out some brush that was along the left and the right and the middle. However, an additional pin has been added up and beyond 150 feet. So we cleared out a gap. We took the brush hog and the mower and we cleared all of this. So now there is a temporary pin up there for the whites. It adds about 120 to 125 feet to this hole, so it's truly a par 5 now. The only thing that we are looking for, and I can tell you right now, the basket that I have was given to me for free. It is kind of a cheap basket. If anyone has a permanent or a better basket that they'd be willing to sell us, please let me know. Because we do want to make this part of it and eventually get a permanent basket back there on that. So that's all of the major updates for now, with the exception of number 11, which is... So this is hole 11. So the tee box went exactly where the old one was. We can see the pin is still down on the hill. Now the only difference to this is that obviously there is a 5x11 tee box, and then if you go off and to the right and follow the red signs, you will see the red pins. So there are a couple things that you can do to help us out. First and foremost, think about sponsoring a hole. For $200, you get to choose the hole or the tee. It's on a first come, first serve basis. And once we get our signs put up, we'll put a small 3x5 sign that has a dedication to you or whatever. It can say whatever you want it to do, whatever you want it to say. Secondly, we can always use your help. So we have a concrete coming up later this month to be determined. We need people with wheelbarrows. We need finishers. We need people to help mow. Also, Polo's Aero Open is a C-tier tournament on August 11th. That can be found at Disc Golf Scene. I am holding, or Yinzers is holding, the very first tournament ever. We are modeling it directly after the collegiate rules. So there's one round of singles and then a round of 4-person with 2 sets each there. We have a middle school, high school division, so please encourage your local kids to come out. I have a college division and then an open with MA1, MA2, and MA3. You can come play. Update UDisc. We're still at a 3.5 and a 3.2 on tees. If you like what we're doing, consider updating that just so we can bring our numbers up. You can always purchase a Pixel. Mr. Gavin Dively has on Windshred has promised all proceeds directly to there. If you have any questions about anything that we're doing, you have recommendations, please reach out to me at 814-330-5115. Thank you.